After the hard day's work and the hustle and bustle of the day, the only goals that you and I would reach a consensus idiom on are only two: safety and security. However, in these recent times or few days to today, it looks as if the country that has been tagged the peaceful nation has gotten a pour down of broad daylight robbery. Now the robbery, we don't do it in darkness anymore. That ingredient has been taken out. It is done in broad daylight, even close to police headquarters. People are being robbed. The question that I have this afternoon is, who is to blame for what is happening in the country currently? Do we blame our hypocritical political leaders who hide behind the notion of, service to the nation, while amassing wealth to themselves and leaving the youth who are supposed to be employed, who are supposed to have a system that is working for them, to be able to deploy their wisdom, useless, even with education? Do we blame the political system? Do we blame our leaders? Do we blame our system? Or do we blame the youth who are also fixated on working for the government, hence not using the wisdom that they've acquired through education? My name is R0bbery, and this is Youth Empowerment Television Show. I have two handsome gentlemen in my studio who are going to help me bring this discussion to you. But you would meet them after this break, so stay.
College of Aviation and Professional Studies
is admitting students interested in aviation courses like passenger handling, flight attendant, airfares and ticketing, and hospitality management. Media courses are broadcast journalism, TV and radio presentation, video editing and production, TV and film directing and acting. We also have business courses including SAT, TOEFL, remedials and health courses as well. Contact us on 050 40 50 63 or 050 40 50 64.
College of Aviation and Professional Studies,
a paradigm of academic excellence.
Welcome back from that quick breather. If you just tuned into Pan-African TV, this is Youth Empowerment Television Show. Before I go into the depths of my conversation this afternoon, let me relay my condolences to the family of the deceased, the policeman and then the woman who is left behind 3 children. I pray that God grants you strength and then gives you, peace. You find peace. My condolences to you. I'm so sorry for your loss. This afternoon, my topic is robbery and insecurity, the view of the young people. And like I said, I'm doing it with 2 handsome gentlemen in my studios. Nana Kodia Robert, he's a youth and political activist. And then Nat Tete, he is a youth and political activist as well. And you at home are also part of this discussion. So send your views, your questions, your comments, how you feel about the nation right now. Do you feel safe in this country? Send them coming through on 055-383-1329, 055-383-1329. If you are on Facebook, just leave them there. I'll read them. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You guys are looking good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Then I like your yellow. Next time I'll grow it.
You. I think I'll also wear yellow next time.
That's right. The next time I'll have to go with
Okay. Today is a sad day for me. I should have wore all black because looking at the policeman that has been gunned down, he looks very young. He looks like a very promising young man who would have served the nation a great deal. But we've lost him to, I don't know, should I say the mistake of the police, or should I say the mistake of the bank, or should I say the incompetence of all of it put together. I don't know who to blame. Let me start with Nat. Nat, right now, the current happenings in this country, who do we blame for what is happening?
Okay, so thank you very much. Well, like you said, all of us are coming into this discussion this afternoon.
Yeah.
On a very moody note. It's unfortunate what happened, and it's even more painful when you consider the fact that all of it could have been avoided if we had done things as they're always supposed to be. We're supposed to be moving as a country away from reactive leadership. You know, something happens and then I'm seeing it in the news. People are, IGP is issuing something, authorities are saying something. Why does something always have to happen to wake us up? Because for, especially under a government which has a standalone Ministry of National Security, you would think that, excuse me, would be focusing more attention to some of these details. Because the guy who lost his life, I think on Tuesday, did not deserve any of it at all, neither did the woman.
At all. The woman's is just more sad. Because she is just an innocent woman in her room.
Indeed.
Her room that is not even anything, you know, worth it, and then you lose your life, leaving three kids behind.
In this difficult times.
It's pathetic.
You know? And so your question really was, I mean, whose fault is it really?
Whose fault is it? Who are we to blame?
I think that it's a combination of so many things that are wrong with our system. And
okay, so you are blaming the system.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And as much as I hate to, say this, I'm hoping that this wakes up the whole police administration to some of the things we've been trying to fight for which they are also in court trying to ensure that some of these protests and demonstrations never come off. And for a police force with 40,000 men, it is saddening to know that we only have less than 5,000 bulletproof vests. And I guess even those are probably...
Less than 5,000?
Yes, bulletproof vests. That is how much the entire Ghana police force has. And you can imagine how many bulletproof vests we can buy if we sell off any of those expensive V8s and Land Cruisers. They all drive it, you know. And so really, it's a situation where we are seeing the dangers. We know what can happen, but because it hasn't happened yet, we sit back, we wait for people's innocent children to lose their lives, people's mothers, people's dependents to lose their lives, and then we all come crying for 1 weekend and we go back. The young man, I'm told, only got enlisted into the police service last year.
Wow.
So it's just been so barely a year, you know. And you send him alone on a truck. First of all, he's inexperienced.
Some people, Nana Kodia, people have blamed that on the police, that the gentleman was inexperienced.
Indeed.
And immature to be put in that position to escort a bullion.
Indeed, alone.
So then why were you there as the leader? If you know his inexperience or whatever, I mean, you should have even done what's supposed to be doing, because in the sense that he went on that field without bulletproof, right?
Yes.
And of course, the
helmet
and what have you. So just come to think of it, someone you know that he came in just recently, and then you giving such a person out for such a job and all kinds of such a huge responsibility. Money is money. It's not just anything. And then you go just like that, and then you come out and say because of what? He came just recently. No, you see, the blaming game is supposed to be going to the leaders and of course the police force. I always just say that. And
because the reason why some people are, Nana, I will let you learn. The reason why some people are blaming the police force for letting him go inexperienced is because I believe if he's had that experience or he's done that before, he would be paying attention. he would be checking other people following us, or like I'm so confused about the whole scenario.
I think it's for me, it's not even about being in that particular role, because I'm sure it wasn't his first week on duty. He's probably
might have been
yes, but he may not have. You know, at the play school they do training simulations. So, but he may not have come face to face with it before. You know, and so I mean, as Nana is saying, for somebody like that, you should be going the extra mile to make sure the guy is protected.
Yeah.
But he didn't have bulletproof vests. They also always have these long guns. And when you come into a gun battle, by the time you pull it out, the whole thing, and you cock it, whoever wants to shoot you,
they've already prepared. Because they've already prepared coming.
You know? Yeah. You know, and it's very easy for you to even forget what you need to do.
Exactly.
You know?
It's a state of panic.
Panic.
Yes.
So that very moment, you know, you are lost. Before you could plan and whatever, I need to attack or possibly maybe give a shot or whatever, but then they might have even gone long time.
Exactly.
You see?
What I find most funny about the whole situation and sad is the van that they have termed bullion van. Do you know that van? My grandfather has one. We used to take it to the farm.
Okay.
On a more serious note, we used to take those
someone
very close to the farm.
Bulu van, yes. And like I'm saying, these are things that we already knew, because I mean, the police force cannot possibly assume that you are sending somebody with so much cash in the back of a van. The vehicle is not bulletproof. Your personnel is not bulletproof. So even if it's the money you don't care about, your man aboard too, you don't care about him.
Exactly.
I mean, what kind of society are we building? Because these are supposed to be the people protecting us. Look, in 2020 alone, the number of policemen who died in the line of duty were 14.
Yeah.
14 policemen were killed in the line of duty. Now, these are the people that we are supposed to be going to bed, knowing that, I mean, the guys are, you know,
they are going down.
They are going down every day like chickens. So if we take an average, if we want to rate that on average, it means that last year, more than one policeman died every month of the year.
Yes.
And that should be alarming for everybody. We've been toying with so many things in this country, and we've been pretending to do things right. You know, it's too much of the God will do it, you know, God is our provider kind of thing. People need to actually begin to do the jobs we pay them
God
for.
does not create bulletproof. That's why God has given us wisdom to create bulletproofs. Exactly. If God will protect us, then He shouldn't have given us that wisdom. I don't see the point of it. I don't see the point of it. So there are some videos that are on our screen as we have the discussion, so my viewers can have a view of it, and then we go on with the discussion. Nana Kodia, let me pose this question to you. Who do we blame? Do we blame our leaders? Do we blame the police service? Who do we blame? Who is to blame?
Bernie, you see, this country, we talk too much. And then, like, we believe in the talking more than the action.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from the top there, people who are supposed to be taking certain measures and then directives for us to be following.
Yeah.
I'm not sounding so political, but then let's look back 2016 to 2020 election. The then, the then candidates, and of course, then opposition party fighting to come to power, made so many promises. Promises which has to do with the our security system, whereby everybody will be able to be free and move around freely and go and do their daily activities and then free. Really, this government have actually, in the history of governance in Ghana, I think this particular government has almost about, when it has to do with security, our security, you know, let's say our security systems, where one is supposed to be appointed or what have you, they have even the huge number, whereby one is supposed to be free. I can go on and mention, or the Interior Ministry or whatever. Our Vice President is supposed to be the chairman of the Police Council. If only our memory may serve us right. 2018, early 2018 or 2017, the atomic attack, the jailbreak, where a policeman, some forces are people, those guys who went to the police station and decided to just get out and kill that policeman. Right after that, I think our vice president came up with so many measures. I think that is where we got to know about that security, CCTV, whatever things. No, we knew already, but that's where the implementation, he said he will be, these are some of the things, all kind of stuff like that. Ask yourself, now how are those things being implemented? Is it being done? Has he done it? Then within the shortest time, and then we forgot about it. The talk in the air. We talk and talk and talk and talk. It didn't even end that way. And then later on, we also have that of what you call Ayawa so West Wagon issue. This same security thing, whereby police people were involved in all kind of things. Later on, some white papers or whatever were served in the, some whatever, and then how did it also go? It also just washed out. Some non-security, I don't know, political groups or whatever attacked a whole court in Kumasi, and were able to rescue one of their members who was supposed to be, I won't even mention names. The issue was also taken somewhere, but money was paid to release all these people. People are learning. People are back studying a whole lot of things. And remember, the unemployment situation in the country.
Okay, so now we blame the leaders.
The leaders.
And then the rate of unemployment in the country.
Exactly.
Which is also a result of their failed
leadership. Exactly.
Okay.
You see that thing? So, I mean, combined all these things. And lest I forget, even before somebody assumed power 2017, right at the doorstep of the Jubilee House, the whole security coordinator, whatever, was even attacked. Right? Ask yourself, what happened afterwards? People are behind watching. And all these people know that, oh, come on, these things, they are just a mere thing to be doing. If you do it, no matter what is it won't even get to anywhere. And that's where these things are getting us to where we are now. Now, I mean, getting ammunitions and weapons are some easiest way. Because one goes and one
How easy is that?
Come on. Easy. Other than that, how can the whole,
I mean, the U.S. Embassy in Ghana have it that there are about 1.2 million small firearms.
Yeah.
1.2 million?
Yes.
So these are pistols, pump action guns, and all that. In circulation in the system.
I'm confused. Yesterday, the police were crying out that they don't have enough ammunition, they don't have enough protective gear. So how come we have 1.2 million guns circulating in the system, while those who are supposed to protect us with those ammunitions do not have enough?
He did. And you know the guy who was killed on Tuesday, his gun is gone.
Yeah, so that means it belongs to someone. It belongs to someone else now. Yeah, someone will use it for business. Yeah.
And there have been various reports where we have had of people who have access to the police service renting out guns to criminals.
Police service. Oh, how? But it's well oath to protect us of service to us, and how? Nats, as for this one, I will stand with the police people. How?
No, I'm not saying the police. There have been countless times we have heard reports of people with access to the police service helping criminals with access. They rent out to. I mean, it's not even a secret. I'm surprised you
see, I've heard about these things, but in our Ghanaian media we talk a lot, and let me take a break, guys. Because this thing is getting me emotional. Like, so you are supposed to protect us. You've sworn. They swear an oath. Nowadays you have to swear with the X. I believe in that system more than. So let me take a break. When I come back, the discussion is still on. Stay.
Your career is a ladder that leads you all the way to the top. Practically, all your dreams and aspirations of getting into management or even becoming a successful entrepreneur are hinged on your career success. Today, universities and colleges are churning out yearly more and more graduates just like you, all of whom are going to compete in the same industries for the same jobs. This means more graduates stepping over each other for fewer jobs. The good news? The right education can make you more employable in a job market that is increasingly competitive. You can stand out amongst your peers with a Blue Crest education. An education that understands the needs and challenges of the job market and prepares you ahead through progressive and inclusive learning. Our students are given the creative freedom that encourages personal development and are offered on-field opportunities for professional growth. Acquiring a Blue Crest education means being guided to identify and pursue your interest in fashion, ICT, business and journalism, and using the skills acquired in the course of learning to prepare yourself for life. Don't be indifferent to your education. Your career depends on it. Enroll at Blue Crest College today. Visit www.bluecrest.edu.gm.
I'd always known that I wanted to be a fashion designer. As a little girl, I'd be found looking at the patterns and designs of clothes, but to people, this was only a childish dream. But I knew that I had to be part of the fashion world, and so I had to make a choice. During my admission process, I spoke to the counselor at the SFD, and I knew immediately that I was at the right place, a place that could take my imagination and dreams into a reality.
My favorite part about studying SFD is that the classroom is not the only place where we learn about fashion and design. We organize fashion shows, we attend fashion events, which become a part of our learning process.
We work in a dedicated lab with a special card machine. I can design and put
Welcome back from the break. Guys, the studio today has become so interesting and sad as well, because these things are not supposed to be happening in our country. We are old. The country is old. This country, if the country were a human being, it would have been retired and enjoying pension. Why are we going through so much struggles? Let me read this message, and then you guys have spoken. There's a vox pop that I want us to go and listen. You have shared your opinions and your views on this topic. So before that, this person says the current ratio of police to civilian is 1:800. The issue about the robbery and the death of a young policeman actually is a sad news. Anyways, so let's go and then listen to the vox pop. When we come back, I'll go into a different phase. I've heard this ideology that people are sharing out there. I'll ask Nana Kodia and Nat. Stay with me.
Yeah, the state of security in the country is deteriorating. And I think government has to beef up security across the country, because the citizenry for now I think are living in fear, because of the robberies that are happening currently in the country. Well, I think the police are doing their best, but it's not enough. Their best is not enough. But I think it's all about lack of logistics, for the police to be able to do their job properly, Well, I think we need enough. The police has to be given logistics to work. Like people are talking about bulletproof vests. I think a police helicopter, will also be good, to help them, do their job, in real time when there is an armed robbery or a crime is being committed. Yeah.
I feel very bad. Because I'm a Ghanaian and I need to stay happily. I need to stay safe as a Ghanaian. But today, it is very difficult to move in some areas in Accra because of the insecurity, because I don't know what might happen to me if I go out at a certain hour. Even the police themselves are not safe. Looking at what is happening today, a policeman is killed here, tomorrow he's killed there and all that. So they themselves, they are not safe. So that makes it very insecure as a Ghanaian, because if the police themselves are not safe, how are they going to protect myself? I think that the government should wake up and provide the needed logistics for the police officers, and even if there's a need for them to recruit more men to support, because there are some places in Accra that you need police officers to guard. But I don't know what I would say, because of we have inadequate personnel, or maybe because of logistics challenge, we don't have those things. So that can contribute to what is happening today. So I would say the government should wake up, support with the needed logistics, and if there's a need for personnel to bring them on board or recruit more, so they can help to avert the menace.
Almost see almost share so no life no 50-50 sisia. Nti se ebi a mikunu ye police ni ana ye security ni no ko edwuma sabe mesuro kakra. Ti se ka ye nko ade a e wo sa aban ne hwe no ye hu bibi pa nye bibi ti se ye de Ghana mpanyimfo ne ba ne se amodom anu bekeka sa obehu omu be ye hu dede omu be ye hu tobe nso enkosi ba bia this time ni de e wo se ye man panyin na ado danko akofo ado otimi esori agina ne nanso etimi ye bibi emayen bibi a ede mfaso ebeba Ghana bibi ede mfaso beba oman ni mu sini obeye ono nso no ne ho beto no
uche sisi ana omo boy ho ban no kai kunkum omo nti den na ofese like Ghana man penini eye found because of promises obemo omo bulletproof any vest omo de bebo omo ban so ni nyina na mbae
my me braba ku ye police ni in fact say ya okọ night a hu because oni atade bia say oni R0bbery bi hia na say oni wow saa ne ma no din e na wo hwe R0bbery ni tuo no so ekuta omo na eni ne ekuta police fo na sister difference bebre ewom nti wo so otimi ma na ni da ho no more niam be protect omo ho a sebi no and mom life and that danger always sir because as many the heading miss me das.
How do you be in a country whereby we record cases of armed robbery and murder?
We don't feel safe here, so I think there's a need for the government to employ more security in order to help curb the issues.
So right now, do you think the police protect us, or they themselves being policemen, they are being protected and safe?
I think they are playing their part, but I think there should be more, punitive measures in order to help curb the issue.
Yeah. So right now, what do you think the government should do to help boost the insecurity?
Yeah, I think there's a need for the government to employ, like I said earlier, to employ more armed men and armed women, so that the cases of armed robbery and it should try to bring more employment for the youth, so that it can also help curb the issue.
So what do you think are the causes of this insecurity in the country now?
I think one major is unemployment. Yeah, that's the major one, and I think there should be more, environmental facilities that can help, the society to move on. Yes. You're welcome.
What's your name?
Fashion is intense, and I like the way that we are having this conversation. So this is what you guys have said about the whole issue. It's sad. It's very, very sad. But the issue is, what will happen after all this sad stuff? The media will talk about it. What will happen next? Some people are also sharing the ideology that it is the doing of the opposition party just to create chaos in the country, so that the sitting party would not have peace. Gentlemen, what do you think? Do you think this is true, or these are just mere allegations without facts that do not hold water, and we should not even pay attention to them?
Ronnie, I think this is just a statement to score a political point.
Okay.
In the sense that.
But is that not something that happens in politics? I understand this political games.
Oh, but not to this extent. I mean, killing somebody anyhow, giving. I mean, like setting up a whole lot of stuff like that. At this very moment, these people are moving to this very direction, taking money here and there, and for that matter, get them and kill them. What do you gain? I think and definitely it will be a talk. It will be a political talk, like I said. They will play politics with it. But then somebody somewhere is not doing his job. That's the fact. That's the whole thing. Because somebody somewhere might have been recruited, whereby he has no idea about whatever he's in. I mean, he's into and a whole lot. This whom you know syndrome. I mean, I know this and that and all kind of stuff like that. It starts from the top there. And we all know how our presidents, the ruling government now, has been not even necessarily tagged, but then we are aware of this nepotism systems way of it. But they are the highest nepotism in the governance, in the history of government in Ghana. Whereby, I mean, to the extent of even daughters and whatever, and baby mamas or whatever have been given positions.
Those ones, I think, are just mere political.
No, it is there. You know, they are facts. There are things that is happening. So, if you decide to get somebody employed, you recruit somebody because the fact that you know the person, and meanwhile,
the person is not fit for that position.
So misfits to wherever you putting the person into, then you are putting about 30-something million people in danger. And this is not how it is. So I think some changes are supposed to be made. You need to change people. Some people, their time has expired. Certain people, we should also just take away that ideology of he do not belong to our political party. And for that matter, whether he is fit for the job or whatever, we are not taking him. We should just take that kind of thing out. There's been mentioning of one serious, police officer who have served this country once upon a time. I mean, some way back, where I can't even mention name right now, but we all are aware. Where they're not give him this or give him this time to appoint this particular person, or whereby such a person, we all know that definitely is not going to practice this kind of, I know you, and for that matter, because I know you, then I'll put you here. Let's change certain people. Let's give the roles, the positions and whatever to people we think they are capable of doing. Other than that, Charlie, we'll be here one day.
Will keep repeating.
I'm telling you.
You're caring and then.
And this, and this thing that has happened before. It has happened before. What are you doing now?
I mean, we voted them out of power because we wanted you to do better. So you should do better.
Yeah, you should
do
better.
To whom much is given, much is expected. I believe. Nat.
I mean, to buttress the point Nana has just made.
Not to cut you, but my producer says the phone lines are open. So today you can speak to me, and then let me hear what you have to say. If you're not sending a message, just pick the numbers from the screen and then call in and listen to what you have to say. Nat, let's go.
Great. And I would like to remain at the doorstep of leaders. And when I say leadership, in fact, the first person to blame is the person who voted for the president.
He's in charge of security.
Yes, because he appoints virtually everybody.
Exactly.
The president and Dr. Baumia, who happens to be the chairman of the police council, they need to be up and doing. Our IGP is clearly tired.
So you are with people who are saying
the IGP should go and rest.
Exactly.
Let's get somebody else in. Look, these are, you see, let's not see the numbers as statistics. I was telling you that last year alone, 14 police officers. Let's not see it as statistics. These are people's fathers, people's
breadwinners of families.
People depend on this. This country is hard enough already. We don't want to be losing people. We don't want people to be losing their lives in their quest to take care of us and make sure that this country is great for every one of us. Taking the president out, we come to the Bank of Ghana. They are also part of leadership.
Good one.
Every bullion van that goes out is approved by the Bank of Ghana. So the bullion vans we see around, we say, I've seen tweets from some celebrities calling on banks to, invest in
sophisticated bullion vans.
Everybody knows. It's not even a secret that every businessman wants to protect their profit interests.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so once you tell them that, okay, you can buy a Toyota Hilux, put a cabin behind it, and it suffices for a bullion van. Every bank owner is going to say, okay, let me do that, instead of going to buy an armored vehicle. So the blame is directly on the Bank of Ghana, who is the regulator of the banks. So Dr. Addison...
That's a caller. Hi, Nat, let me get back to you. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Okay, so I've lost the caller. Kindly, when you call, lower your television set, and then let's speak through the phone and speak up a little bit for me so that I can have the conversation with you. Nat, do you know that last year, Bank of Ghana issued a statement that they would not allow any bank to operate if they do not have sophisticated. So my question is, how did these banks... Okay, I have a caller. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Please, your name and where you're calling us from.
Please, I'm Offenka for Michael, journalist from Brekum.
Okay.
In Bono region.
Okay, that's fine. So let's hear your opinion. How safe do you feel in this country at the present moment?
Madam, for the moment, Ghana is not safe. We are not safe in a way. We are in a country where security personnel are being sacked from the service. While politicians are eating left from the right, jobs are not being created. These security personnel have not been monitored. So the question is, these R0bbery, who is training them? Because sometimes when they get to the scene, they act as if they have the train of the police and the military.
Wow.
So when they are being attacked, was it last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks? They killed a security man who is a soldier man in Bono East. So these people, the way the system is being taken in charge is not good. Looking at what the IGP said yesterday, that there is crime everywhere, only in heaven. Imagine, IGP, they are killing your men. Instead of you to say
something, yes, something encouraging, something that would hold us.
Yes, you are telling us crime is everywhere and only in heaven. So we are not safe. But
such an incompetent statement to be made by such an office.
It's bad.
Yes, we are not safe, and the problem is not from the youth, but the problem is from our leaders. The way they are treating the youth. I tell you, madam, very soon the youth will arise, and when they arise, the politicians will find their way because they are coming and they will chase them. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, and your conversation has been really interesting and then in depth. Nat, before I went to speak to my caller, I was speaking with you.
Yes.
I'm saying that how do these banks then operate? Because Bank of Ghana has to endorse or has to accept that they have the required bullion van or the bullion van that we accept.
Indeed. So I mean, you look at it and you realize that these bullion banks are not something that one or two banks are using.
There's another caller.
They all use.
There's another caller. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Kindly speak up for me, please. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Joseph.
Okay, Cyril, kindly speak up a little bit for me.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Joseph.
Okay, sorry, Joseph.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for the good work done, and then probably my regards to Nana.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Joe.
And actually, in regards to what is currently happening in the system, I believe we are lacking a lot. You know, there are no jobs in the country, and then I believe that is what the youth could also do to get money. You see, so actually, the leaders they should actually have time and then generate, jobs for the youth to be able to also get something to do. Because I can tell you that those that went around or those that shot the police officer, when they travel outside Ghana, they wouldn't practice this. You see, so I believe, and currently too, they don't employ experienced people. So currently, if you need money, if you have money, you can go and then buy forms, and then they just push you into the service without training.
Yeah.
You get it. So I believe the leaders have a lot to do. They are not helping the youth at all. So they should just help the youth. Then the youth could also stop doing this kind of things. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Joe, thank you for calling. Your conversation is interesting, but my time is also running out fast. Nat, let's quickly go to that, and then moving forward, what is the way forward for us? Because come what may, this is all we are. This is all we are. All this is what we've got. So, what is the way forward for us?
Okay. So, first of all, crime has become. It may have become attractive for some people because of the economic difficulties that we all find ourselves in. And especially for people who have not even had the opportunity of a little bit of schooling, it's even more difficult for them because it's almost
now
impossible.
Educated people are even more depressed and frustrated than people without education. Because what is the essence of going through
4 good years and a whole lot, and then like
coming home with a sheet of paper and then you can't use it to do anything?
Home for so many years.
So I mean, the government needs to be more than. We need to be serious beyond the lip service about job creation. We need to be able to provide the enabling environment for young people to be able to start businesses and to flourish.
Nat, these people don't seem to be doing their jobs for us. The previous government, the current government, they don't seem to be doing their jobs. What should the youth of today do?
The youth,
what should we do?
So it comes back to my point that I mean, the youth are actually trying. There's so many young people who have been trying to set up businesses. In fact, I was reading a report recently, and I'm told that I mean, West Africa has like the highest number of female young entrepreneurs in you know. So we are trying, but the bottlenecks they actually even put in place to stifle the growth of young businesses makes it really difficult for anybody to go through. Look, statistics have it that out of every 10 businesses that are set up, only one goes beyond the first year. Because if taxes don't kill you,
the taxes alone, the rent, electricity bills, other bills that will come.
So we're trying, but I'm saying that they should provide the enabling environment. That's why they are there. They should put things in place to make
that's
it
what
easier.
I'm saying, that these people are not doing it. MPP, NDC, they are both not doing it for us. MPP comes the same, we are still sitting on the same money accommodate. And NDC comes still the same thing. So my question this afternoon is, what should we do? Nana Kodia, what should the youth do?
You see, security is very paramount in nation building. You understand? I mean, it's the first thing once you even look up. I mean, that's where you'll be able to move in, do your errands, and then you move in with your daily activities.
Our economy would even grow and all of that.
Seriously. So I think I would say we should be given the chance. Like you're saying, how do we even give the chance? That's one thing. You see, I believe in the youth uprising. Other than we should talk, we should speak, we should go out. Let us not be bought by politicians and say things that we are not supposed to be saying. It's high time we talk. It's high time we make the noise for them. Because other than that, because look, if we don't talk, it will go on and on and on and on. Indeed. Seriously, because right now what is happening, I would say that the youth are the target in a sense that we are moving out almost every day, going in and coming and every kind of stuff like this. This our fellow guy who just died.
We are the ones going out without security, without armor, without protection, without anything.
And Proni, I am so disappointed by the statement of the IGP. I think I've already made that. We've said it already. But seriously, someone that the taxpayers' money goes to. The Kaya woman who wake up very early in the morning and go to some her sweat. At the end of the month or whatever the daily activities, give the money to you, and then you pay that you live your luxurious life or what have you. You come out and tell me that you can't protect me because it is happening everywhere. And the only way you can have your peace is heaven. Then so I'm sorry. Then we are. Where are we heading to?
I think it's sad. It's extremely sad. But let me read one or two of your messages. Then I would put in my voice and then we can leave here. The police officer killed was an electrical engineering graduate. Wow. Engineering student of 2018 from Takoradi Technical University. It pains so much seeing things like what saddens me is that lack of security apparatus. Let's just spot with the bulletproof vest stuff going on, because the vest is like a shirt with the metal in it. Bullets will still penetrate. What we should be talking about is to recruit more security personnel. Okay, this person says this government is a disgrace. When they are failing, they attribute it to NDC. Please let them work and stop this propaganda politics. Okay, this person says, but seriously, Ghana is not safe at all. This, even police officers. From Barrier. Emmanuel says he's watching live from Ahafo, Ntosro. Oh, okay. Please use police service instead of force. Police officers are suffering, buying booth, uniform, torchlight, handcuffs, and others. Yet they are taking 5 CDs, 2 CDs, and all of those things. You see, when we touch here, we should also touch here. We shouldn't be hypocrites and then attribute it all to. They are also contributors of the crimes. It has now become as though mandatory. If you're a driver in this country, when you see officer, why? Yet at the end of the day, at the end of the month, they take their salaries. Why must I be paying you with my tax money and still meet you on the road and still give you money? What is the use of that? In as much as they do not have the equipment, they should also stop that behavior, because what is the point of it? You see, in this country now, one of the things that people celebrate most is the ability for you to go out and be able to come back home safely. Yesterday, I was speaking to some people outside and they are all scared. They are all in a rush to come and take their family members. Now, you are coming to take them. Now, who should stay here? I mean, we should make Ghana a better place for ourselves. This place is where we have. This is what we have. This is us. Ghana is all we've got. Please, please, take good care of yourself out there. And we are begging the policemen, and we are sorry to them for their loss, but we are begging them to protect us. They should come together, the government, the leaders, people, private people who can even help them. Please get them the things that they need so that they can protect us. Our lives are important. Our lives matter. Have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for staying tuned to Pan African TV, and thanks to my guests for coming through. Have a wonderful day.